Tonight on 7 News, community heartbreak. Tributes for a Perth father who tragically drowned north of the city. His final selfless act before he died.
The hunt for fugitive Desi Freeman, the new search area swarmed with police.
United Front a plan to finally tackle ambulance ramping after another disastrous month.
Back for more. The moment of great white circles kayakers off Perth's coast for the second time in a week.
The PM's new rules for first home buyers. Just a 5% deposit can put a roof over your head.
And Nicole Kidman officially files for divorce. New details about the split.
Live from Perth, this is 7 News with Rick Arden and Susanna Carr.
Good evening and welcome to 7 News. A community is rallying around the family of a Perth man who tragically drowned north of Perth yesterday. As now been revealed, Terring Penjor died while trying to save his friend's son.
The 38-year-old is being remembered as a kind and hard-working man. Francesca Danuccio reports.
Terring Penjor leaves behind a devastated daughter and wife, his final moments selfless. The 38-year-old tragically drowned trying to save his friend's son. Two families on a day trip to Moore River. The group of 7 were walking along the sandbank when it's understood one of the children started to drown. Quick to act, Terring slipped into deeper water, his 13-year-old daughter watching on. Bystanders tried performing CPR on Terring, but it was too late. Within minutes, he was gone.
We are really sad and shocked with yesterday's incident, yes.
The Bhutan-born father moved to Perth with his family in 2018. The aged care worker had visited Moore River several times. Friends say he knew how to swim.
We tried to console the mother, and then we said that she needs to be strong for her daughter. That's the beauty and charm of our community, that in times of crisis, we all stand as a family, united.
7 News understands a boat came past the sandbank as the situation was quickly unfolding. Had the 7 people not been pulled from the water and onto that boat, the outcome could have been a lot worse. Tonight, a woman in her 30s remains in hospital in a stable condition. A GoFundMe has been set up by Terring's colleague, remembering him as kind and hard-working with dedication towards others. Today, holiday crowds return to the water, one local offering free life vests.
They're brightly coloured, so they're very visible for everyone, hoping it makes a difference somewhere along the line.
A tragedy remembered, so it's never repeated. Francesca Danuccio, 7 News.
In developing news, there's a new search tonight for fugitive cop killer Desi Freeman. Police have raided a rural property in Victoria's north, around 120 kilometres west of the original search area. Vision shows heavily armed police stopping a car. Witnesses say a person was removed from a vehicle, but it's not believed that person is Desi Freeman. 7 News understands it's connected to one of Freeman's associates. The 56-year-old has now been on the run for 5 weeks.
Now to the record no government would want: 3 consecutive months of record ambulance ramping.
July, August and now September. It's become so bad our health unions are uniting together, urging the state government to fix the crisis.
A nurse, a paramedic and a patient care assistant walked into a hospital one day. Unfortunately, this is not a joke.
It's the worst I've seen in 35 years, and to be really honest, in my career it's the first time I've actually seriously questioned how long can I keep doing this.
Terry's not alone. It's so bad 4 unions representing 90,000 hospital workers have come together for the first time, pleading with the government to fix things. Bed block and hospital ramping is out of control.
We can't be more clear. We cannot have another winter like this.
July, August and now September have been horror months for ambulance ramping. Unprecedented since records began 15 years ago.
There are no more excuses. There is no one else to blame.
Now the unions have collectively come up with a 5-point plan to tackle the crisis the government refuses to acknowledge. Top of the list is to stump up enough money for 400 more aged care beds.
People who are ready to be in residential aged care should not be in hospital.
The opposition has been peppering the government to spend more on hospitals.
This government has it within their capability to provide additional aged care capacity. Why don't they do it?
So we're doing a range of things. We're clearly planning already for 2026. We really welcome the input from the unions and their members.
The government can, with some justification, blame an extended flu season for the ramping at our hospitals. But here's the thing, they wouldn't want it to happen again next year.
If we have to do this again, we're having a very different conversation.
Jeff Parry, 7 News.
Australia's biggest miner has been rattled by news China has banned its iron ore exports. A Bloomberg report claims major Chinese steelmakers have been told to pause purchases from BHP over a stalemate in negotiations. The Prime Minister today described it as concerning.
These measures are always disappointing, but let's hope certainly that they are very much short-term.
It's estimated iron ore accounts for more than 20% of Australia's total exports.
It just became easier for would-be first home buyers to crack the market, now only needing a 5% deposit to take out a loan. But today's rule change is already copping criticism. The Prime Minister has admitted it may drive up property prices.
From Shell Harbour, south of Sydney,
we're living the Australian dream right now.
Mitch Boas was in the first wave of 5%ers.
We secured a property last September and settled on it.
As the second wave kicks off, he's telling young buyers, go for it.
Putting some love into the place and really making it yours, and it's what it's all about.
Prime Minister Albanese back from his 3-continent world trip.
From today, more young Australians will be able to get the keys to their first home quicker.
Promoting day one of an expanded home guarantee scheme.
I go up on Pimmock Drive.
Where the government goes guarantor, so first home buyers can purchase with a deposit as small as 5%. To bid on Australia's average capital city home, a buyer needs a near $200,000 deposit. The new scheme gets them in with under 50 grand.
Borrowers who take up the scheme will have bigger mortgages than they otherwise would.
The scheme limited to first-time buyers but no longer means tested. By throwing open the doors to 5% deposits, the government risks the scheme's success becoming its problem. A rush of new buyers means higher prices and homes that are harder still to own.
It's only going to drive the prices of houses up, not down.
It will have a minimal impact. There will be a slight increase in prices.
Australian home prices up 0.5% last month, already 6.2% for the year. Many watching where they go from here as the new wave of 5%ers buys in. Tim Lester, 7 News.
New rules for first home buyers aren't the only changes kicking in. From today, aged care workers can expect a pay rise. Nurses will receive an extra $60 a week, while in-home carers will take home an extra $40.
Aged care workers are wonderful Australians. They look after our seniors. They deserve every cent of this pay rise.
It's the fourth set of increases to have come into effect since a Fair Work ruling back in 2020.
A great white shark has circled a group of kayakers off Hillary's for the second time in a week. The 5-metre monster was spotted 600 metres offshore around 10 o'clock this morning. The group of 5 rafted together for around 10 minutes before the predator swam away from them. One of the kayakers was also part of the group that was stalked by a shark on Saturday in the same area.
It's official. Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban are getting divorced, with their court papers now laid bare. One of Hollywood's longest-standing couples are meticulously carving up their assets and sharing custody of their children. There are also reports Urban is already seeing someone else.
Their love story has been the inspiration for some of his biggest hits.
I can't picture myself with no one but you.
But their near 2 decades together is officially over. Nicole filing for divorce in Nashville today, citing irreconcilable differences.
A source tells ET she is devastated about the split, adding she tried everything to save the 19-year marriage.
The couple reportedly separated in June, with Keith signing the divorce papers more than a month ago. Nicole in early September.
Clearly this has been brewing for a long time.
Long enough to arrange a parenting plan for their 2 teenage daughters.
Incredible mum. Loving, maternal.
They'll live with Nicole 306 days a year and visit Keith every other weekend.
To me would indicate Nicole is potentially going to be cutting back on work.
Even divvying up the school holidays. Nicole to get the kids during the autumn and winter break in odd-numbered years and in spring in even-numbered years. Also set to be shared their global real estate empire. A 7-bedroom Nashville mansion, a home in Beverly Hills, 3 in New York. A big chunk of this Sydney Harbour apartment block, $27.5 million worth, and a Georgian mansion in the New South Wales Southern Highlands.
Clearly a prenup because they already said she's keeping her money, he's keeping his money.
And there are rumours Keith's already moved on with a new, younger woman.
One of the worst kept secrets in Nashville.
The pair yet to comment publicly on their split. In the United States, Rob Scott, 7 News.
A district court judge has unleashed on a Perth father who sexually assaulted a child in a toilet block at Coogee Beach. Fernando Salas Collard was jailed for 6.5 years for the crime, described as callous and appalling.
A 16-year-old girl went to the beach one summer's day. Her life would never be the same because of this man. Fernando Salas Collard knew she'd been drinking. He knew she was a child and violated her. Today, he was jailed for 6.5 years. Tom, anything you can say about the sentence?
Haven't spoken to him.
It happened at the Coogee Beach toilet blocks in January last year. The 34-year-old father tried to claim the sex was consensual. A jury didn't buy it. Neither did the district court judge, who today unleashed, calling his conduct appalling, saying he violated the girl's human dignity and autonomy. The court heard the teen froze in fear and shock. She couldn't call for help. Salas Collard covered her mouth. Her life has never been the same. She had suicidal ideations and can no longer trust men or be alone with strangers. The judge said Salas Collard's callous offending here not only destroyed the life of his victim, but eroded public confidence, making people, particularly women, think twice, fearing the same thing might happen to them. With parole, Salas Collard will be back on the street in 2029, but he could be locked up for longer. It was revealed the father is fighting an armed robbery charge at trial next month. The maximum penalty, life behind bars. Cassidy Moscone, 7 News.
The US government is tonight shut down after senators failed to pass a funding bill. Democrats are refusing to support a Republican bill to grant the government temporary funding because they want it to include money for health benefits. Republicans are refusing to make any changes, and many federal agencies will be closed until they agree. It's the first government shutdown since 2018, which lasted 5 weeks during Trump's first term as president.
4 weeks after the Morley market was gutted by fire, demolition crews have moved in to remove what's left. But as Rachel Tassiger reports, it's still not known what will happen to the land once it's cleared.
An excavator called in to tear down what's left of the Morley market. More than 20 local businesses were reduced to rubble last month when a devastating fire ripped through the building. 4 weeks on, they've been left in limbo.
We've got no income at all. It's all been cut off. Yeah. So definitely insurance needed to move quickly, for like every tender, every business owner in the market. Yeah, they can't just kick the ball,
Pearl River Restaurant has found a new home and hopes to reopen next month. But many other businesses haven't been so lucky. This is a big job. It will take days to demolish what's left, but the clean-up will last weeks. What happens after that isn't yet known as the owners wait for the dust to settle. Local business Big Don's Smoked Meats has organised a fundraiser for this Saturday.
We set a goal of raising $100,000 and that's through the sale of food, drinks, other businesses involved.
It's kind of turned into a bit of a mini festival on the day, and we're going to donate everything.
As a resilient community emerges from the rubble. Rachel Tassica, 7 News.
The AFL has ditched a tradition dating back almost 140 years by scrapping the bounce. From round 1 next season, umpires will be throwing the ball up, and it's not the only major rule change.
This is likely to be the last centre bounce we see. Saturday's grand final was also the final game with a substitute. AFL bosses have ditched that too. Lachie Neale's super sub goal now into the history books.
Go around to the 18 clubs, probably the strongest feedback on all the things that we spoke about was removing the sub.
Teams will have 5 players on the bench. The All-Australian team grows from 22 to 23. Centre bouncers are being swapped for a simple throw, even after goals or to start a quarter.
All the competitions in Australia, no one bounces the ball, so there's optional in the sandful and the waffle. But at junior level and all the way through, nobody bounces the ball.
The bouncing causes great anxiety for them pre-game, and we want our umpires to be making the best decisions possible. And if we can lessen the barriers and lessen the obstacles for that, taking the bounce out's a real positive step.
Greg Swan calls the centre bounce a party trick. He argues it takes too much work to perfect, when umpires could be working on other aspects of their adjudicating skills.
And he says getting rid of the bounce helps some female umpires.
We've got some terrific female umpires as well who have just struggled physically to get the ball up as high as they need.
The rule changes come in next year. Throwing the ball is expected to slightly shorten game times. Blake Johnson, 7 News.
Someone's missed that bounce. Time for a check of the weather now. Let's cross live to Jerry Damasi at the Perth Royal Show. Jerry, you're in the thick of it tonight.
Oh, Rick and Sue, I'm with the cool kids in Sideshow Alley tonight, and I'm about to try my hand at a game that's designed for children because I possess no skill in this department. But let's see if I can pick a winning number on the ducky game. Oh, I got 2. There you go.
What we got here?
What did I get, Jimmy?
Oh my God, you're a winner!
Oh my God, it's bigger than me. Jimmy, thank you. Oh, Jimmy's been doing this for 9 years now. Jimmy, what's your favourite thing about working at the show?
It's definitely the people coming back every year and then them remembering me. As soon as they say that, I automatically give them a free game, sometimes a little prize as well.
We love to hear it. Thank you so much for your time, Jimmy, and thanks for my enormous prize. We had another stunning weather day here at the show. A weak cold front brushing the south coast, but a high pressure ridge kept the south west warm and dry. 10.8 was our minimum and we peaked at 21.9 shortly after midday. If you haven't made it here yet, don't worry, a couple more fantastic weather days on the way. I'll have the 7-day forecast for you live from the Perth Royal Show when I'm back very soon. Rick and Sue, what do you think of my big banana?
Well coordinated,
Perfect.
Well done. You're watching 7 News live from Perth.
Coming up, no more needles. A new jab-free flu vaccine being rolled out in WA. When it will be available.
Why the Kyle and Jackie O show is in trouble with Australia's media watchdog.
At least 20 dead as a 6.9 magnitude earthquake rocks the Philippines.
Close shave, why the US Army is cracking down on facial hair.
And mortgage wars, banks offering remarkable deals to get you to switch lenders.
A new jab-free flu vaccine will be rolled out across the state to help kids battling a fear of needles. Children between the age of 2 and 12 will be able to receive the free nasal spray ahead of next year's flu season. The Cook government today announced it secured 130,000 doses.
It's easy, and for children aged 2 to 12, where flu mist will be available, we think this is a significant way to increase the uptake of vaccination.
It's hoped it'll boost vaccination rates after one of the worst flu seasons on record.
He may be a shock jock, but according to Australia's media watchdog, Kyle Sandilands and his co-host Jackie O have gone way too far. The pair is in hot water over multiple breaches of decency rules. The duo's content has been described as vulgar and deeply offensive.
Kyle Sandilands has never been shy about his haters.
They can suck my
No.
The latest to slam he and radio co-host Jackie O, media watchdog ACMA, which found their Kiss FM breakfast show breached the radio codes of practice 9 times.
And they've been rewarded handsomely for this type of content.
There were graphic conversations about sex, plus female staff recorded using the toilet.
And the boys will try and figure out whose made that wee.
The ACMA boss said the show repeatedly and deliberately aired content that is vulgar, sexually explicit and deeply offensive, adding management appears unwilling or unable to rein in these presenters. Their former boss, shocked the show's censors let it through.
How on earth any of that made it to broadcast is the question.
Kiss FM owner ARN said the segments were last year. We have since taken steps to refine and improve processes. The Kyle and Jackie O show may not be to everyone's taste. In Melbourne, they've struggled in the ratings since last year's launch. But don't tune in tomorrow expecting Kyle Sandilands to respond. The show is on a scheduled 1-week break. He's previously dismissed any fear of consequences. What's your message to the media regulator?
Stop the kids being killed on social media. How about worrying about people's lives rather than me making a couple of dick jokes?
ACMA yet to decide on a punishment.
It's just a question of how hard the slap on the wrist will be this time, whether it will leave a bruise or not.
Paul Dowsley, 7 News.
At least 69 people are dead after a magnitude 6.9 earthquake struck off the Philippines. Videos capture the moment the ground started shaking on the island of Cebu. Buildings collapsed, crushing dozens of people. Local hospitals are overwhelmed and authorities have declared a state of calamity as they assess the damage.
US Defence Secretary Pete Hegseth has called a rare gathering of military commanders from around the world. He used it to crack down on wokeness in the army, banning beards, slamming diversity initiatives and fat generals.
Frankly, it's tiring to look out at combat formations or really any formation and see fat troops. It's a bad look. It is bad, and it's not who we are.
He's also expecting female troops to meet male physical standards.
And US President Donald Trump insists Hamas has just a few days to sign off on his 20-point peace plan for Gaza.
We're going to do about 3 or 4 days. We'll see how it is. Hamas is either going to be doing it or not, and if it's not, it's going to be a very sad end.
Israel has already accepted the plan, but if Hamas doesn't agree, Benjamin Netanyahu has vowed to get the job done.
Still to come, a major breakthrough for epilepsy.
Australian scientists may have found a cure. Our doctors are harnessing the power of AI to stop children having uncontrollable seizures.
A man who threatened a police officer over our state's gun laws learns his fate.
Australia's sunscreen recall growing. The latest products pulled from the shelves.
Oscar winner Gary Oldman given the ultimate honour from his biggest royal fan.
Plus cashback and reward points as the banks fight for your home loan business. That's later. A firearms enthusiast has avoided jail after he threatened a senior police officer over WA's gun laws. Mitchell Hogan called the acting inspector and told him, "We're coming for you," 3 times. A magistrate today labelled his actions cowardly in court.
Is there anything you want to say to the officer?
Hogan was handed a 12-month supervision order and he has to complete 40 hours of community service.
There's huge news in the world of medicine tonight. Australian researchers have found a cure for the seizures suffered by children with epilepsy. Using high-tech artificial intelligence, doctors can now locate and remove brain lesions smaller than a blueberry.
This is an MRI of 11-year-old John Canardis who has epilepsy. It looks normal to humans. Now a world-first AI program is scanning it. Immediately finds this. A tiny abnormal tissue growth in his right frontal lobe. It's been missed by doctors for years and has been causing John's daily seizures. He was rushed to surgery and doctors successfully removed the lesion. John is now cured.
It's a miracle. It's a miracle. It's unbelievable development. It's just, I've got no other words for it.
life-changing experience.
About 1 in 200 Australian children has epilepsy. For many, their seizures are uncontrolled or drug resistant. In the study, doctors used the AI tool on 17 of those children. 12 had surgery, 11 are now seizure-free.
It's a complete game changer. It means that children don't have to wait so long before it's eventually discovered.
The longer they wait, the more likely they are to develop a disability, and knowing exactly where to operate prevents further damage.
The brain has many important functions, and you don't want to be removing healthy brain tissues.
Researchers hope they'll be able to test the AI-driven scan in paediatric hospitals across Australia and New Zealand soon.
To find these lesions in a real-life clinical setting as children present to the hospital, it can be very much life-changing for families.
Like the Nana family, whose 6-year-old son Royal used to have more than 30 seizures a day. His whole body would freeze. Since the surgery, none.
I'm very happy.
Jennifer Beshwati, 7 News.
Almost 600 WA teenagers have gathered northeast of Perth for a huge annual exercise. The state's Australian Army cadets are spending a week together, firing rifles, learning first aid, camping in the bush and everything in between.
Looking and sounding like the real deal. But these aren't soldiers, they're WA's Australian Army cadets on a massive annual exercise. There is a lot of hanging out with mates, but they're not just shooting the breeze. The cadets from around the state, aged 13 to 18, learn practical, survival and leadership skills that the Army teaches.
It's an opportunity for young people to develop themselves. It's a safe environment. They will be challenged, but they will be supported as well.
So this is like if you had a big cut.
Far from your typical makeup tutorial, the first aid training gets realistic.
I usually have some fake blood, Vaseline, cotton balls for like the flesh.
It's a big exercise. 575 cadets over the week. They'll sleep in about 11,000 feet worth of tents. The group will drink about 3,000 juice boxes, and at this range they'll fire off some 16,000 rounds.
Numbers are steady. We are looking to expand.
And while cadets is not a specific recruitment tool for our armed forces, many do follow that path into service.
Do you know what you want to do when you grow up?
Oh, civil engineer for the ADF.
Fantastic.
I want to be a combat engineer in the Army.
And yourself?
Infantry medic. Combat engineering with the Army.
General service officer in the Army.
With 7,000 people signing up last financial year, the Australian Defence Force just enjoyed its strongest recruitment in 15 years. James Carmody, 7 News.
10 more sunscreens have been pulled from shelves or paused over SPF concerns. Emco Beauty, Aspect Sun and Endota are among 16 brands which have products under review by the Therapeutic Goods Administration. They share the same base formulation, which the TGA says is unlikely to have an SPF factor greater than 21. Some could have SPF as low as 4.
Oscar-winning actor Gary Oldman has been knighted by Prince William, with the royal revealing he's a big fan of his latest series, Slow Horses.
The 67-year-old plays a scruffy MI5 agent in the streaming drama, with the future king telling him he needs a good wash.
You cannot reason with a tiger when your head is in its mouth!
It was this performance as Winston Churchill in Darkest Hour that landed Gary Oldman the highest award in acting.
And the winner is Gary Oldman.
Hollywood royalty today meeting real royalty, receiving a knighthood from Prince William at Windsor Castle.
When I finally was in front of His Royal Highness, I was losing my voice a little. I was quite emotional.
The London-born star honoured for his services to drama.
He thinks you're dangerous. What do you think?
From starring in blockbusters like Batman,
What's life without a little risk?
To playing Harry Potter's godfather, Sirius Black, Gary Oldman is known for transforming into his characters. His latest, a scruffy veteran MI5 agent, Jackson Lamb, in the series Slow Horses.
I have Jackson Lamb hair. The only thing I can do with it is put it up. I have a tummy as well.
He says the Prince of Wales admitted he was a fan of the show, but had a very specific gripe.
He said, when I watched Slow Horses, he said, I just want to give you a good wash.
Awash with acting awards, this, the honour of a lifetime. In London, Jacqueline Robson, 7 News.
Still to come tonight, mental health mission.
Worrying numbers of mining and construction workers battling in silence. A Perth man's gruelling plan to raise awareness and funds.
The big bank cutting even bigger costs. What shareholders need to know. Money Talks is next.
The world's most extreme climb, defying gravity at 100 kilometres an hour.
And coming up in sport, the Eagles set to land a key defender, the Dockers reveal their trade period plans, and Mitch Marsh goes bang as the Trans-Tasman rivalry fires back up.
Now, Fuel Watch. Perth's petrol prices brought to you by Fuel Watch and 7 News.
Hello, Australia's biggest car dealership, Eagers Automotive, is tipping in $1 billion for a stake in dealership group Canada One. Analysts expect the ANZ Bank to cut costs by $1 billion over 3 years to boost confidence in its earnings performance. And the East Coast is expected to have a stable gas supply through early 2026, but there could still be challenges come winter. On the markets, the ASX 200 in flux after news of the US government shutdown. Drone Shield at a record high for a third day running. Lithium stocks down. The Aussie dollar buying 66.1 US cents, a little more than 11,000 Indonesian rupiah, and just over 56 euro cents.
The number of Aussie miners and tradies struggling with their mental health is rising at a concerning rate. One Perth man is now trying to take on bone-chilling temperatures and possibly even polar bears in his battle to raise vital funds.
Isolating and gruelling, a journey that mirrors one far too many men find themselves on.
Completely alone, completely unsupported in the middle of winter.
Marcus Arnold is training for a 400-kilometre expedition around Greenland's third largest island, raising money for Mates in Construction, an organisation that trains volunteers within the industry to provide mental health support.
Mates looking after mates. It's about creating a place and a structure within workplaces where we can look out for each other.
7 Australian men take their life every day, a quarter of them in mining and construction. Employees twice as likely to die from suicide than any other profession. Marcus learned the hard way on site as an environmental engineer.
I went through a pretty tough time. One of the biggest things for me that really helped me was knowing that I wasn't alone going through that.
He won't be completely alone for the trip in March, taking Atlas the Husky as protection from polar bears. The route along the frozen Arctic Ocean as temperatures dip below negative 30 degrees. It's about 60 degrees more than that in Perth today and only set to get hotter. But dragging this tyre on the soft sand is the closest thing Marcus can get to the 80 plus kilos of luggage he'll be carrying every day on the expedition.
I'm so proud of him. A lot more worried about him a couple of years ago when he was in a dark place than I am about him going into the Arctic.
It helps destigmatise it massively when it's just your mates looking out for you.
Lockie Burns, 7 News.
Dinosaurs have taken over Lakeside Joondalup. The Predators are part of an educational show which runs for the entire school holidays. The shows are free of charge, with no bookings required. Jurassic Joondalup is on now until October 12th.
A daredevil has taken rock climbing to new heights, scaling the wing of a plane more than 2,000 metres above the ground in Austria. The wind speed was 100 kilometres an hour. The temperature, minus 10 degrees. And to celebrate, he parachuted right back down to earth.
The big banks are fighting for your business, but how can you know which one to choose? We compare the best offers from cash and rewards points, as well as your home loan. Don't miss that story coming up soon on 7 News.
But first, Anna has sport, and the Eagles are set to land a new key defender, Anna.
They are, Sue, and there's no real surprise which club he's coming from. I'll have the details next. Plus, the Dockers reveal how they plan to attack the upcoming trade period. And Mitch Marsh puts on a show as the Aussies secure the series opener against the Black Caps.
Good evening. West Coast Eagles Chief Executive Dom Pike has given fans the biggest indication of what their list may look like next year. It comes as Richmond defender Tyler Young officially requests a trade to the club.
Former Tigers Jack Graham and Liam Baker were among the Eagles' best performers in 2025.
Can they finish it? Yes, Baker can!
And now West Coast is hoping Richmond can deliver again, with Tyler Young officially requesting a trade to the club. The 27-year-old wants to head west after 35 games in 3 seasons at the Tigers. The 196-centimetre defender will add depth to the Eagles' defensive stocks following the retirement of Jeremy McGovern and departure of Tom Barras. Meanwhile, Hawthorn's Sam Butler has turned down an offer to join the Nest, choosing to stay at the Hawks for the next 2 seasons. And West Coast Chief Executive Dom Pike has revealed the club will make contact with Brisbane Premiership player Brandon Starcevic to check on his well-being after he was concussed in the grand final. The Eagles have reportedly tabled Starcevic a deal of up to 6 years to lure the West Aussie back home. Pike also giving fans insight into how the club plans to use the extra 4 rookie spots gifted to them as part of an AFL assistance package.
It's the ability to probably bring in some, as I said, those mid-range guys who are good AFL footballers who may have found themselves either off a list or they might be good waffle VFL players that we know have got potential to play AFL footy, but they're going to bolster our squad and put pressure on for spots, and that's really important. And the midfield is an area there which we would target for those sorts of guys.
The Eagles are likely to have picks 1, 2, 15, 19, 20 and 33 in this year's draft.
As the Eagles get busy, the Dockers are telling fans not to expect too many changes to their playing list. The club won't stop Will Brodie and Liam Reedy heading to the Power and Blues for more opportunity. They'll use their departures to climb up the draft and try snag another rising star like Murphy Reed.
We'll just try and get the right and suitable deal. I don't think it'll be too difficult. It's going to be a pretty interesting year this year in terms of the number of players that are tied to either Northern Academies or father sons and NGAs. So there'll be a lot of, I think, pick swaps going on for clubs trying to bank points, and yeah, we'll be looking at every opportunity and trying to get up the draft order as much as we can.
One player likely to join the club, West Aussie defender Judd McVie, who asked the Demons for a trade home. North Melbourne star Nick Larkey says he was shocked to hear Jai Simpkin was exploring a move away from Arden Street. The co-captain still has 4 years to run on his deal.
Well and truly into their off-season, these North Stars are still fighting fit. The future of co-captain Jai Simpkin keeping the Roos in the summer spotlight. The 27-year-old open to a move away from Arden Street after winning just 17 games over 5 seasons.
I guess came as a bit of a shock, but at the same time, he hasn't requested a trade, and he is still with us.
Nick Larkey today joining a few of the AFL's best in a bid to lead the way in epilepsy awareness. The star forward would be willing to lead the way at his club if voted in by his teammates.
Obviously, he's an unbelievable player for us, and yeah, it'd be a real shame to lose him from the club. If it goes that way, more than happy, but we've got a lot of good young leaders there who can support as well.
The Hawks are set to be major movers in this trade period. Sam Mitchell's pursuit of Essendon captain Zach Merritt coming with the lure of silverware.
What I do know is we want to bring talent into our footy club, and Zach has talent, so yeah, that's what we're trying to do, get better each year, and we did make some steps this year, so to add a player of his quality would be great.
The Hawks also linked to Christian Petrarca, who's told the Demons he wants out. The 29-year-old travelling to Adelaide yesterday to meet with the Crows.
Well, if he plays at his best, he's extraordinary. There's so many players we're talking about at the minute, but I'm not sure exactly where it fits with Adelaide, but they're certainly mad if they don't think about it.
Kate Massey, 7 News.
And troubled Western Bulldog star Jamara Ugle-Hagan touched down on the Gold Coast last night to meet with the Suns. The former #1 draft pick didn't play a game this year after a series of off-field issues.
So you're ready to come back to AFL? Any plans to play footy again? No,
definitely
play footy. Play footy, yeah.
And Collingwood star Jamie Elliott has turned his back on a lucrative Gold Coast offer to stick with the black and white. Elliott signing a new 2-year deal worth around $600,000 a season. The Bison, Mitch Marsh, says he's not chasing a return to the Test team for the Ashes, but has shown this evening in New Zealand he's still pretty handy in the T20 format.
Well, that's going to be 50 up, and what a way to do it. Into the crowd, put down, doesn't matter. Mitch Marsh putting on a clinic here in Mount Maunganui.
The Skippers 85 of 43 led the way. Australia cruised to a 6-wicket win. The second of the 3-match series is on Friday. And the NBA's New Orleans Pelicans, led by their multi-million-dollar megastar Zion Williamson, are in Melbourne for pre-season exhibition games against United and the Phoenix. There's a lot of interest in how Williamson performs. The former #1 draft pick has slimmed down noticeably in the off-season. That's all in sport, Rick. So it's amazing how much footy there is even after the
season's over, absolutely.
Right. Yes,
Never ends.
It's everywhere. Thanks, Anna. Well, from frequent flyer points to thousands of dollars cash back, the banks are in a big battle for borrowers.
With interest rates remaining steady, lenders are trying to lure customers with perks.
Australia's biggest bank has a new home loan offer that's sky high.
300,000 Qantas points if you sign up directly through the CommBank digital arm.
Borrow less than $1 million and you'll pocket fewer points. The deal is only available online, cutting mortgage brokers out.
That makes it quite difficult to compare. When you see that headline, grab and a large amount of points, spend the time to understand the detail.
We're starting to see that the mortgage wars are back on.
ANZ is offering $3,000 cash back for first home buyers. Refinance or take out a new loan with IMB Bank or Queensland Country Bank and receive up to $4,000. Other smaller lenders are offering between $2,000 and $3,000.
There's a whole variety, and I think this is just reflective of just how competitive the market is.
With the 5% deposit scheme that's launched today, we are definitely likely to have more buyers in the market.
With interest rates left on hold yesterday and 2 more decisions still to come this year, experts say don't wait for relief. Create your own cut by refinancing, switching lenders and pushing your bank to match the deals on offer to new customers.
Really push them hard and then be prepared to walk.
Georgia Holland, 7 News.
Let's cross back live to the Perth Royal Show now, where Jerry Damasi has your weather and a whole lot of people. Jerry, a warm day on the way.
Yes, we're getting into the high 20s tomorrow, Rick and Sue. It's going to be a stunning day for the show. Me and my big banana. We'll have your 7-day forecast live from Sideshow Alley right after this.
With telehealth set to become Australia's next billion-dollar industry, the fight for your family's loyalty is heating up. From bulk billed appointments to discount after-hours emergency calls. How to lock in the best price for your next appointment with no wait time on 7 News at 6.
Welcome back. We're live tonight from the Perth Royal Show in the thick of the action at Sideshow Alley, and Perth turned on the weather for showgoers today. We almost made it to 22 degrees. That was just after midday, and it's 17 degrees out here right now. On the satellite, high pressure over the south of the state today, keeping the metro dry. A weak front brushing the far south coast and a broad low over the Kimberley and Pilbara today. That ridge coming up from the south will direct a surge inland tomorrow with a trough developing on the west coast. Over east, a westerly airstream around a low, driving gusty winds and showers. So showers for Adelaide, Hobart and Canberra tomorrow. Melbourne 2 and cold there, 15. Windy in Sydney, 27. Back home to WA, dry pretty much everywhere tomorrow. Possible morning fog over parts of the south coast and goldfields. Windy through the northern interior. Sunny for Bunbury, 21. Geraldton clear 2, 29. 37 up in Port Hedland. On the waters off Perth, southeasterly winds to 10 knots, turning south to southwesterly in the morning. Seas below a metre, swell to 3. Down to 8 degrees tonight. Then tomorrow's a stunner. Clear skies, top to 27 and light winds all day. Make the most of that because the rain is returning. Just the chance of a shower on Friday. Less than a mil if it happens, so still a good show day, 23. As much as 9 mils on Saturday though, 22, and then up to 7 mils on Sunday, 21. Possible showers to follow Monday through Wednesday with tops in the low 20s. Okay, we have a very special mention now from Anne and Joe McEwen from Lakelands. They are celebrating their 60th wedding anniversary today. A big congratulations from all of us here at 7 News. And just before we go, here's tonight's winning lotto numbers. They are 22, 16, 37, 3, 24, 7, and the supplementaries 20 and 33. Those numbers again, 22, 16, 37, 3, 24, 7, and the subs 20 and 33. Rick and Sue, that's all from me here at the show. I will see you back here tomorrow.
Thanks, Jerry. And Jerry isn't the only one who's been having a good time at the Royal Show.
We were there today trying to create some culinary magic on stage. It was a bit of a challenge given that we both didn't know what ingredients we were going to be cooking with. I chose Rick's ingredients for him and he chose mine.
But we don't have any flour, Sue, so...
Oh, there's no basic ingredients. Oh my God, I was thinking there's got to be staples.
And thanks to Chef Alex Crisp, who gave us both a hand on stage. We had a great time, and well done to the Royal Agricultural Society too. They do a great job.
And that's 7 News live for this Wednesday. We'll have updates throughout the evening.
Thanks for your company. Enjoy the rest of your night here on 7.